Welcome to Entry Point Virtual Church. We are so glad that you've joined us today. Today's service focuses on the element of surprise.
This bus pulls up and the doors open and it's like the greatest disco party ever.
I was enveloped in like a whirlpool of dance. It was awesome. It's always nice to just celebrate little things and like the fact that you're alive, you know? That's something to celebrate, you know?
I think everyone needs to take a couple minutes out of their day to celebrate something. I wish stuff like that would happen every day to me. That would be awesome.
A bus full of partygoers and happy people, spreading happiness and laughter. And I really loved it. We should do this every day.
As a woman was preparing dinner one evening, there was a knock at the door. When she opened the door, a gentleman stood there and he said he was looking for some odd jobs. He asked her if there was anything that he could do for her. She said, "Can you paint?" He said, "Yes, I'm a rather good painter." "Well," she said, "there are 2 gallons of green paint and a paintbrush, and there's a porch out back that needs to be painted. Please do a good job. I'll pay you what the job is worth." He said, "Fine, I'll be done quickly." She went back to her dinner preparations and she didn't think much more about it until there was another knock at the door. She went, and by the looks of his clothes, he had indeed been painting. She said, "Did you finish the job?" He said, "Yes, I did." She said, "Did you do a good job?" He said, "Yes, but lady, there's one thing I'd like to point out to you. That's not a Porsche back there. That's a Mercedes." That woman definitely received a surprise. Sometimes we like to receive surprises, sometimes we don't, especially when bad news is involved. But our society has cultivated the notion that most of the time, surprises tend to be good news, and they are happy or celebratory behaviors. People plan surprise birthday parties, surprise proposals, and surprise travel arrangements. Sometimes those surprises work out well, sometimes they backfire. The world is pretty much divided into 3 groups of people: those who love surprises, those who hate surprises, and those who tolerate certain kinds of surprises. But what if I told you that surprises are actually good for us, good for our mental health, good for our emotional health, good for the world? Well, it's true. Surprise is one of the 7 universal emotions, and it arises when we encounter sudden and unexpected sounds or movements. Dr. Paul Ekman writes, as the briefest of the universal emotions, its function is to focus our attention on determining what is happening and whether or not it is dangerous. Now, if you are like me, you want to know what those other universal emotions are. The 7 universal emotions are anger, contempt, disgust, enjoyment, fear, sadness, and surprise. These 7 emotions are actually ways to prepare us to deal with important events without having to think about them. These emotions happen to us automatically. We don't choose to feel them. So, these 7 universal emotions are felt by all humans, transcending language, culture, religion, and ethnic differences. Surprise is an emotion because in the moment or two before we figure out what is occurring, before we switch to another emotion or to no emotion at all, surprise itself can feel good or bad. Now, let's take a moment and talk about what surprise looks like. Here is a beautiful image of surprise. The eyebrows, the eyes, and the mouth play key roles in registering surprise. The eyebrows are raised, the upper eyelids are raised, while the lower eyelids remain neutral. The jaw opens or drops down. There is often an audible gasp, a quick, momentary intake of breath with surprise. Sometimes people bring their hands up to shield their face, or they step backwards from the surprising object. Now, as I was preparing for this service, I started watching a bunch of videos of children receiving, surprise Christmas or birthday presents of puppies or kittens. But in every one of the videos, it seemed like at least one of the children burst into tears following the initial shock. I finally had to stop watching them and walk away because every time the kids cried, I started crying. I did, however, pick out my favorite one so you can watch it and cry also. As you watch this video, notice the silence following the moment of surprise and then the switch to the next several chain of emotions. The tears, the smiles, the screams, the hugs, the flopping on the sofa. Let's watch.
Are we unwrapping it or is it like
all
a
unwrap
box?
it at the same time? Work together and lift up the box.
Okay. Oh my gosh! We got a dog!
Surprise passes quickly as we figure out what is happening. Think about a time in which you were surprised. You didn't know what was going on. I remember a surprise birthday party I had. Here was my thought process. Why are all my friends gathered together in this room right now? How do they know each other? Who asked them to come here, and where are their cars? Why didn't I know this was going to happen? Oh, this is a surprise party for me, because it's my birthday. They all came here because somebody planned this. Who did that? And their cars must be down the street. Well, this is where you fill in the blank. This is cool, or this is maddening, or oh my gosh, I have on a dirty shirt and now I feel stupid. Or, this is amazing. These people all care about me. Authors Tanya Luna and Leanne Rennington have carefully detailed the 4 stages of the surprise response. The first stage is the freeze. This is when we are stopped in our tracks because of the unexpected. Why is my son, who lives 400 miles away from here, sitting in the restaurant that I just walked into? The second stage is the find. This is when we get hooked into trying to understand what's going on and how this happened. This is the questioning stage. This is when we ask the questions, is this just a coincidence, or did someone plan this? Did someone plan for my son to be here because it's my birthday? The third stage is the shift. This is when we begin to shift our perspectives based on conflicting findings. This takes place when we literally shift what we believed. Wait, my birthday didn't go unnoticed. I mattered. These people came. They must like me. I didn't know they liked me. I didn't know they cared that much. Shift in our perspective. And the last stage, oddly, is called the share. This is when we feel the pull to share our surprises with other people. Again, I said this is oddly listed as part of the surprise response because apparently we have a need to recount the surprise that we just experienced because that helps us to savor it even more. Luna and Renninger tell us that surprise is important because it turns out that surprise works on the dopamine system in our brains, helping us to focus our attention and inspiring us to look at our situation in new ways. While Luna and Renninger accept that some people just don't like to be surprised, they encourage us to be more open to surprises and to try to even develop ways to invite more surprise into our lives. Among the many strategies they suggest, here are just 2 that I would recommend. The first is mixing things up a little bit in our routines. And the second is developing a more intentional desire to delight other people by giving them small, unexpected gifts or surprises. Taking a different walking route or driving a different way to a frequent destination are 2 examples of really easy ways to produce surprises by mixing things up. Doing something nice without explaining why creates mystery and happiness for other people. It's a form of surprising someone. Luna and Renninger suggest that we all need to stop protecting ourselves from the uncertainty or fear of surprise, and we need to get out there and engineer more of it. Not only will surprise bring more vitality to our lives, it will also lead to improvements in society. By embracing and engineering surprise, you can make our whole world richer. You can inspire wonder, connection, vulnerability, growth, and creativity. Now, it might seem like those are impossible tasks during these difficult times. However, small, unexpected gifts and surprises are still very possible, even in the midst of a pandemic. Like the gentleman in the opening story, I recently did my own surprise painting. A few days ago, I finally got around to painting our mailbox post after planning to do it for the last year. I was dressed for the job, I got the paint out, and I painted our post. And that task only took me about 15 minutes, and it only used up about 1/10 of the paint in the can. Well, I figured I'm already sweating, I'm already got paint all over me. I think I'll paint my next door neighbor's mailbox post. She had a stroke last year, and I know she would appreciate not having to paint her post. I'll just do that for her. I'll surprise her. And then when I finished hers, I moved to the next mailbox in line. The guy who lived there had just helped us move 2 refrigerators onto and off a U-Haul truck. This would be a great surprise for him, I thought. And after that, I just kept going. From mailbox post to mailbox post, touching things up, thinking to myself, gosh, I hope these neighbors don't get mad at me for painting their mailbox post. I mean, I couldn't really imagine any of them would come running out of their houses yelling at me to stop painting their mailbox post because, well, who would do that? By the time I reached the bottom of the quart of paint, I had painted 12 mailbox posts. As I was delighting in the surprises that I was leaving behind, the owner of the last mailbox post pulled into his driveway just as I was leaving. "Hey, what a great surprise," he said. "Would you like some tomatoes or cucumbers from my garden for your painting?" He surprised me. I trudged home with my empty paint can, a bag of tomatoes and cucumbers, and a full heart, hoping that I had engineered a surprise for 12 people that not only made our world better, but also provided me a way to connect to my neighbors. Amen.
Are you serious?
I feel like this is too much.
Really?
Yes.
That was amazing. I always said amazing, but that one was really amazing with a capital A.
Parker.
My name's Leslie. I'm a personal trainer.
My name is Marquise. I'm a marathon runner.
My name is Jeff. I'm a chef and a cyclist. I was an absolute disaster as a child.
I was put into foster care for about a year and a half of my life. That was really hard.
Money's always been an issue. Where I live is no one's wealthy.
And I didn't really have like a passion.
I'd be at the gym and I found it was a way that I could open up.
I got invited to come out to run with the run club.
It was the first time I ever felt like I belonged somewhere.
Now I get to train other people to help them love themselves.
Riding a bicycle has made me a better person, so if I could give that to somebody else and change their life, and hopefully for the better, like that would mean the world to me.
Do you want to give a bike away today?
Is that a serious question?
Do you want to give away a tablet filled with dozens of empowering books to help others?
Do I really get to do this?
How would it make you feel to run around and get some other runners and then give them $100?
That would change someone's life.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you want to do it?
Let's make it happen. Hey, brother, how you doing? Good, man. How's your run going? Good run so far?
Hey man, I have a question for you.
How's your day going?
It's going well.
I want to make your day just a little bit better, if that's okay with you.
Okay.
What if I said this is your bike?
And this is to encourage you to keep going, man.
That is for you.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And on it are a bunch of prepaid books.
This is your new bike, 100%.
That's just for the love, man, for running. $100, man.
Oh my God. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Can I like give you a hug?
Yes.
Right, safe. That was unbelievable. I think he thought I was joking the entire time.
That kind of like warmed my heart a little bit.
I have one question. Do you want to do it again? Do you want to do it again? Do you want to do it again?
Yes.
Seriously? Yes. See, he doesn't believe me and I don't believe you.
Let's do it. Oh, man. You can keep it coming. Let's do it.
This is your bike. Wait, what the heck?
How's your day going so far? A little stressed.
How would you feel if someone gave you $20? Great. Feel great? Yeah. What about 40? Wow.
Wouldn't it be better if like wind was blowing in your hair and you were riding a bike?
So I want to make your day like done anything cool for you guys today.
What if you got a free bike today?
Really?
I'm going to give you $100.
$100 free dollars?
I'm going to give you this. Oh.
$100. $50 for you being out here sweating.
Man, no, it's too much.
This is now your bike.
Okay.
That's for you.
No way.
Yes.
You're joking.
No.
Are you serious? This is mine, really?
This is 100% yours.
Thank you. Say thank you.
That's awesome.
I mean,
Serious? I'm positive, man. I'm positive. It's from me to you. Hey, good meeting you, Connor, man. You take care, all right?
You just made a not so great day amazing.
you're like,
All right.
"Hey, oh my God.
It's helping someone. You know, it's changing someone's day, someone in the smallest of ways. So that change is powerful.
This is one of the coolest feelings I've ever had in my entire life. I'll be.
Okay.
The last few weeks have been rough and it feels amazing. I think we get so consumed in our own world of taking that we forget about how much more fulfilling giving is.
This is like the best day of my life. This really is.
You said you want to make someone's day. I think you originally thought someone else's, but it's turning out to be mine.
I think everyone's day is made.
Join us next Sunday at 10:30 a.m. for an outdoor service at Connor Prairie. At that service, we will explore what it means to make a pivot. In the meantime, have a great week. Keep your head held high and go in peace. Amen.